Yeah, we will. Let's take a look. National Signing Day 2034. Let's see how good these players are. Then we'll get to the position changes, all that fun stuff. So we start off at quarterback. Actually, we'll save quarterback for last because it's the most interesting one. At running back, Cortez Ebron. Will I get to tier 1? No, not at this point. Mr. Ebron, normal dev. Okay. And normal dev for Steve Allens. If I only say their name, they're normal dev, and it's just like, okay, whatever. Let's see. Wide out. Impact dev for 94 speed, Matt Rubin. Beautiful. We got Josh Garrison, impact dev for Leon Bulaga, and impact dev for Dante Jackson. So we're getting a couple of decent tight ends into the system. At guard, we have Casey Barron. Center, Parker Tiffin. Outside linebacker, impact dev from Monty Clausen, who is a late discovery of ours. In the middle, impact dev for JD Daniel. And then Kane Kuhn out of the portal. And that brings us to the punter. Ben Scioli, impact dev. 85 power out of the gates. So then the quarterbacks. Cameron Harper, impact dev. I'm not going to look yet. Let's go to Queen first. Impact dev for John Queen. Impact dev Darrell Cantu. Well, what about Hardwick? Impact dev. Okay. It's really hoping for at least star, but impact dev for Von Hardwick. He is a better version of who we have found before. This is probably the best quarterback prospect we've ever had. So, no stars this year. We had 3 last year, but all things considered, not that bad. Sophomore backup quarterback just came off the bench for 300 yards against Penn State. He's taking off a rookie. Come on. Oregon, Ohio State, Michigan, NC State, and Nebraska with the top 5 recruitment classes. We were down at 125, but that's because of numbers, really. 16 2-star players, so that's not too surprising. So, we do have to keep track of... Actually, no, we don't, because we'll move people around. Actually, yes, I do, son of a bitch. Because otherwise it might auto-sign people for me, and that sucks. So we have 4 quarterbacks coming in. We have 2 running backs coming in. A wide receiver. 3 tight ends. A right guard. A center. A right outside linebacker. 2 middle linebackers. And a punter. Again, because we still have this freaking glitch that we're dealing with. Let's take a look at the position changes then. So again, we're going to put people where they are most likely to succeed. Or where we'd prefer to build them up, and then we can always move people back at a later time. So sorting by throw power, we do have a lot of guys that could play quarterback here. Giant Stadium grass field, to be honest. It might be worth moving him elsewhere. We moved Flamethrower, we moved... Any plays get fired, we moved Dan Dishman, Adrelian. I mean, there's even an argument to move Crash because of the other quarterbacks that are coming in. I mean, there's 4 of them, for God's sakes. So King of Canada, Crash Andrews, even though he was our best quarterback, we know who we're going to want to focus on otherwise. Can he tackle? No. So he's not a defender. Can he catch a football? He can barely catch a football. Maybe we will have to leave him at QB then. Actually, Giants... Yeah, we will leave him at QB and run with those 3. But what about Giant Stadium grass field? Can I move you anywhere? Can you catch a football? Kind of. Can you tackle anybody? No. Alright. So you know what? For the moment, running back. All the quarterbacks that we're bringing in. Keep these 3 around. Best throw power of the bunch and everything. So at running back, can anybody catch a football? In Giant Stadium, grass field, 69 catching. I mean, it's worth investing in you as a wideout, but you know what? We'll keep you at running back then. Or will we? I should go wide receiver for him. He's 6'2" as well, so. So there we go. Based off a catch rating, everyone's good there. Revis is still good at fullback. For the wideouts, everyone has at least 70 catching. Hate to say it for Coco Sports, the 85 speed. It's not great. It's not brutal, though. Honestly, that's probably fine. We might move people at a different time. That's probably fine. Unless anybody can play defense and would be better suited there. And the answer is no. Nobody can really play defense well enough to justify that. Tight ends, we already have 6 on the team, and we're about to get 3 more, so this is also kind of a question of, do we want to put people on the offensive line? Like, what are we thinking here? And can anybody play defense? Is another question for the tight ends. Can anybody here tackle? Oreo Delight can tackle with a 74 rating. His man and zone coverage aren't even that bad. We're going to move the tight end, Oreo Delight. At the very least, for the moment, we're putting him at defensive end. Just because of the sheer amount of tight ends we're going to have on the roster. Everybody else is pretty much best suited here. At most, you can move Hardcastle or Ohio. Probably be Ohio. But that should be fine. Because the O-line, we got 2 more additions coming in. We want Vance's Couch at tackle, based on that agility. Everybody there is fine at guard. At center, we got a couple more people based on their agility that we want to try to train up at guard. Get more out of them. The low-ass agility, these 2 can stay at center. And then 79 agility, Burlington Coates. Put you at tackle, try to make you a bit more usable. With that mobility that you have. And then apparently I got no right tackles on the roster right now. We'll just move Burlington Coates over. Just in case it does something weird with the roster. But again, that's where we want everybody to be in terms of training them up, and we'll fix things later on. At defensive end, it's going to be pretty straightforward. We're going to base this off of speed. If it looks like someone might be able to play linebacker, we'll put them there. So Oreo Delight will actually temporarily go linebacker. And then Fatty Doughboy has some mobility. Try to train him up as a linebacker this year. Isaac Yankum DDS can also try to become a linebacker. Everybody else is fine there. And then defensive tackle, Tinder Date, left me itchy. Has the speed to go defensive end. Then at linebacker. Speed's a tough one. Bloody Hell at 84 speed. We'll try to train you up to be fast enough in the secondary. Everybody else pretty much stays at linebacker. And then in the secondary, the taller you are, the more we'll try to train you up as a safety to have that over-the-top coverage. So we'll base this on height and weight like we did last year. Get these bigger guys at safety. Try to stop us from getting beat over the top all the goddamn time. Alright, and then at safety itself, because everyone has the speed that they need. Succulent Chinese meal. Put you at corner temporarily. Everybody there has the speed. Tony, very Italian. You at corner for the moment. And based off the sheer amount of numbers there, let's also move Troy Montana over to corner to be heightest. Everybody that's 85 speed or has a chance at being 85 speed, trying to train them up in the secondary. High 70s to low 80s, we have training at linebacker. And then the secondary in the 70s range, defensive end, sub 70 speed, defensive tackle, just because it's not as important. And just trying to train them up that way. And then kicker and punter. We know that we're getting a new punter this year. Honestly, accuracy with kickers has proven to be very important. So we're not going to change anything about that kicker-punter setup right now. Not a thing. So that'll be our training target for our off-season here. Hope for some good training results. A lot of XP. Browning's not too happy about our pro potential currently, but give it time, my man. Let's see what the training looks like for the players that were already here. Turd Ferguson up to a legitimate 76. Shithouse is a 73. Crash Andrews at a 69. So honestly, quarterback-wise, we're looking okay in terms of the overall ratings and the age of these guys. They're young. They're only going to get better. Running back. Holy goodness. Dick Duff from a low to mid 70 up to an 80 as a sophomore. We brought him in as a wide receiver, switched him to running back. 1 year of training to the moon. Let's go. Dick Duff. 91 speed at running back, man. Let's go. He's taking over for Dishman. That's awesome. That's big. I know 74 carrying. He could be a fumble risk, but I'm all right with this. He's pretty elusive. Got good catching out of the backfield as well. I like him. I like him. Actually, what is that catch rating? 84 with 91 speed. To be honest, I might fucking move him back to wideout. Now that he's got that fucking super high catch rating that he didn't have before, he might actually get moved to wideout. We'll see. The fullback, Cam Rivas, showing up as a 69. Again, the top right corner of the screen shows their actual overall. The arrow indicates the boost that they have. I'm just going to say what the boost is. I'm aware. Wideouts. Quite a few 70s. Quite a few 70s at the moment. Not bad. Quite a good amount of speed on the outside as well. We're probably going to move Grassfield to running back. So, okay. Tight ends, some decent development. Cal Naughton went from like our worst tight end to our best. Not bad. Fortunately, Dweeb didn't get great offseason development, even though he has a good dev pattern. At tackle, Vance's Couch. Fucking loaded with abilities right now. Whoops. And then Brian Haynes improved quite a bit too. We are... Coach moving the running back, dude. Just learned how to catch the ball, right? Bilbo Swaggin's looking all right. Definitely have some O-line depth here, including the former fullback, Killdozer. Natural centers. Good agility boost for Wazowski. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we got some options now for inside, outside. Who's going to play where on the line? Angel Bowling. Big improvement this year. And then Burlington Coates still looking good, too. Defensively, Swedish Chef Raybork, ready to go for his senior year. Okay there. Lacerated Spleen still looks fucking fantastic. Yeah, defensive end, we're looking pretty good in terms of overall depth. Defensive tackle, Big Jelly, who is still currently hurt. But he and Putin Puddin both looking pretty damn good. Linebacker, John Montgomery loves Guelph, getting ready for his senior year. Moose and Cuck Chair behind him. Oreo Delight might move back to defensive end. Middle linebacker, Javi Baez is bat. Nice Ringer looking okay. We're showing up as an 82 overall team right now. It will adjust before the season starts. Corner. Maybe, just maybe, Ballhawk State is back with these three. Whew. Those three leading the way. Very nice. And then it's safety, Angelo, bloody hell, by the Lord Jesus. There are some players we're still going to move around, but big improvement for Carlos Browning as well. He went up by like 10 overall, at least. Our kicker gets more power, has 89 accuracy. This was the guy that was red-shirted last year. So Triple H's invisible shirt getting ready to take over at kicker. And the punter, it kind of sucks, but old invisible shirt. I hate to say it. We're looking all right. Like, clearly, this team can be competitive and is good enough to get out of this lower fucking tier. It's just whether or not they do. How many players do we have to get rid of? 7. Well, you get a first look here at our quarterback room. 68 overall for Hardwick out of the gates. Actually, not as high as I thought it would be. Honestly, that's not a bad set of options there. Running back wise, I'm not sure yet. Because again, no guarantees because of this frickin' glitch that I am going to play these people in these current positions. So it makes it really difficult to cut players now. It is pretty straightforward, though, that Perry the Platypus could get cut. Because Ohio has outside shield, also as a junior. So Perry, I am so sorry. You are gone. On the O-line. Again, no guarantees where I'm going to play these guys. Defensive end is pretty straightforward, though. Tackle, other side. Break it, you bought it. Great name, but is he ever going to play over Hoffa's? No. Linebacker depth's been tough to come by, so cutting anybody. We can cut Nick Neiswanger. He's a senior and he's not that good. Right? Like, we have plenty of other people that'll thrive, so we can get rid of him. That's an easy one. Wow, Isaac Yankum is already a senior as well. Really? Jesus. Well, we have the depth to get rid of him, too. 96 strength, which is great, but... yeah, we got to get rid of some people. Doing what's going on, by the way. Kicker, we know we can get rid of Jägermeister Red Bull. The other guy's better. And it won't let me cut the punter yet. So, Jägermeister, thank you for your service. We got 3 more dudes left to get rid of here. AJ, potentially, yeah. We might get to 2 renamings tonight. One at the start of the stream and one at the end. Is there another super obvious cut? Honestly, the Killdozer. Switching from fullback. I mean, he's a junior. Sorry to the Killdozer. He's got to go. Another junior, Eduardo Sharga. He can go. One more. One more. The Oreo Delight. This last cut's the most difficult one. Again, no guarantees they're in the position they're actually going to play for this upcoming season, thanks to this freaking glitch. Man. Makes the most sense for it to be a lineman. I don't want to get rid of Vance's Couch because he's got all those physical abilities. Again, based on ratings, he might not be a starter this year anyway. He might be a backup. Sorry to Vance's Couch, man. I think you gotta go. Even with all those abilities. Even with all of those abilities. Did get us down to 85. We have the promotions and relegations from this past season. Coming up from Tier 11, independent status, Georgia State. going to be back in the fold in Conference USA as they take over for Wake Forest. They're in our frickin' division this time. And then Old Dominion are also up to replace Wyoming. Meanwhile, the champions of Conference USA were the Miami Redhawks, and they will be replaced by Arkansas State. So that gives you guys a look then at our conference for next season and our division as well, which is interesting, right? To see Miami get promoted after making the fucking national title game kind of sucks because they're living the dream that we want to live. But we do get rid of them. I mean, on one hand, it's like, oh, cool, we're losing a rivalry game. That sucks, but Christ, we were never winning them. So what difference does it make? I'll be intrigued to see at the start of the season just how good the new teams, Arkansas State and Georgia State, are. Both right now showing up mid to high 70s. Bowling Green is showing up as an 86. Very intrigued to see if that's the case, because if that is how good they actually are, then holy hell, are we not the favorites to get promoted? We never are, but we especially won't be after that. We got Colorado State up for Florida Atlantic. FAU on the way down. MAC. Sunbelt champions last year were App State. They head to the American to replace Washington State. A lot of states. Whole lot of states. Goodness. American Conference champions were SMU. They head to the Mountain West to replace Michigan State. Got that going on. To be fair, America has too many states. Well, you know. Mountain West champions were Iowa State. They head to the Pac-12 to replace the Ragin' Cajun of Louisiana. And from the Pac-12, TCU head to the ACC to replace the Cincy Bearcats. Should have more states. Honestly, I think I'm on the side of that. We keep kind of fucking over certain not states, you know? You don't need a North and South Carolina. No, Frank, you do. And you do need a Virginia and West Virginia. At least you did back in the day. Because that had a lot to do with the fucking Civil War. That was quite the factor. Puerto Rico, though. Well, yeah, Puerto Rico's the big one that gets fucked over by our bullshit. North Carolina up for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Can't wait to see Madden's favoritism for them in the ratings. K-State head to the Big Ten to replace California. California. And the champions of the Big Ten, the national champion, Nebraska Cornhuskers, head to the top tier to replace UCF. There you go. That is the top tier heading into 2035. I didn't know that was a fucking year that could exist in this game. But here we go. That'll bring us then to the preseason. And obviously we'll have some things to sort out, right? We always do. Especially right now, 82 overall, 80 offense, 85 defense. I don't know, like I said, if it'll stay that way once we move certain people around. We are going to have to set up the depth chart and everything like that. The red shirts. The red shirts will actually be pretty obvious, and we can do that first. And we can set up the depth chart as well, too. So hold on, let's do that before we get to renaming players and stuff tonight. So with the red shirts, pretty obvious. All the new freshmen are going to sit out. You know, even though we still got to name them, they're all going to sit. Including a litany of quarterbacks. Ooh, Dick Duff. Do we sit him out for a year to get him at an even higher overall is the question. Maybe the red shirts got to wait. Maybe they do, actually. I think we got to rename and move people around first, stuff like that. We still, yeah, we have a lot to do here, actually. We have a lot to do.